Good morning everybody and welcome to English on Monday the 8th of June. Now today we're going to look at something to help you with your spellings, but also something that can actually make your writing sound a bit more professional, formal, or just in general, a bit more advanced. And we're looking at something called prefixes. Now, a prefix is a very simple thing, and actually the word prefix has a prefix in it. A prefix is simply a group of letters that you can add to the start of a word that will change its meaning or enhance its meaning. So, for example, in the word prefix, the prefix is the word pre. Because with a prefix, you're fixing something onto a word, and you're not doing it after the word, you're doing it before the word, and the word pre means before. So it is a before, fix. So it's a group of letters that gets fixed before the word, a prefix. So let's have a look at some examples that you might read every single day that you don't even know. Miss. Miss is a perfect example of a prefix. Now remember, these get attached to the word, so not separate words like Miss Rogers or Miss Tompkins, anything like that. But this one gets attached to a word. For example, we might have the word understand. Now the word understand means that we get something. In our minds, it makes sense. We understand it. But what happens if you think you've understood something, you think you've made sense of it in your head, but you just missed it slightly? You know, you haven't quite got it right. Well, in that case, you misunderstand. Or to be past tense, you misunderstood. So the instructions might be, make sure you always use a pencil in maths. And you misunderstood, and you know what, you accidentally start writing in pencil in English instead of using a pen. You just misunderstood the instructions. That's an example of one prefix, miss. And it can go on all of these different words to change the meaning to the opposite. Let's have another one that means the opposite, un. For example, we could have the word impressed. Now, many of you are unimpressed with the fact Mr. S isn't here. If you were impressed, well, that means you'd be really happy. I'm impressed that they've even managed to get Mr. A and Mr. S together, even though one of them's in school. I'm really impressed. But actually, you're not impressed. You're unimpressed that he is not here. It's changed the meaning to the opposite. So that's one thing prefixes can do. They can change the word to the opposite. Another thing they could do is that they could mean that you're repeating an action. And this prefix is nice and easy. This prefix is re. Now, re goes along a load of things. For example, if you die in a level of a game, you might replay it. You've already played it once. You've had a go at playing that game, but now you need to replay it to do it again. Another example of re might be appear. If I was a magician, I could make myself disappear, so I wouldn't appear anymore, but then I can make myself appear again by reappearing. So I've appeared once, but now I'm reappearing again. Like you replayed the game, I am reappearing. So re means we do something once more. Let's have a look at another one, over. Over is probably one of my favourite prefixes because actually it's a complete word on its own. And we sometimes talk about overdoing something. For example, Mr. A loves an Oreo cheesecake. And the instructions might say, make sure you put 12 crushed Oreos into the mixture. Now, I might go over the top and I might put 36 in the mixture because I really like the taste of Oreos. So I've overdone it. But we can use the word over like that to say that we're doing more than we should have. For example, an actor might be acting on stage and they're doing a really good job, okay? They can act really well. But sometimes they might overact. In other words, they display emotions too much. And actually, therefore, it doesn't look real because they're overacting. It's not great. Or some people might say footballers are overpaid. We know they're paid to do their job, but they get a lot of money. So some might say they're overpaid, more than they should. Now we're going to stop there. There's just a few examples of some prefixes for today, but you've got a worksheet that asks you to look at some more prefixes to see which ones make sense. If you're unsure, check a dictionary, and if you fancy a challenge, have a look at the challenge in our sheet, which asks you to use the word with a prefix in a sentence and the word without a prefix in a sentence. That's all found in the description below. I'll see you next time in maths.